stands for Zorro. Zorro, the fox so cunning and free. Zorro, who makes the sign of the Z. Zorro.
Enter.
I have finished shining your boots, Comandante.
Well, Sergeant, how do I look?
You're splendid, Capitan, splendid.
You know, Sergeant, one of my first acts as Commandante of Monterey will be to set up a procedure of daily inspections of the men and of their quarters. And woe be to the man whose bed is not made or whose boots are not shined.
Blacksmith. Blacksmith. Diego.
Del Amo.
Commandant.
Del Amo, you're under arrest.
When you see this was all a joke, I thought you were my friend.
There's only one way to deal with your foolishness. Jail.
Jail? Oh, well, Diego will tell you that. Don Diego, come back here.
Del Amo, you and your jokes are a public menace. For the next 10 days, amuse yourself in jail.
Oh, Capitan, where is your sense of humor?
10 days in jail or a fine of 200 pesos. Now, which will it be, senor?
Well, 200 pesos. Well, it's not as easy as it looks. Diego, I'll bet you 100 pesos you can't hit that target. At least not in the first 3 tries.
Why should I spear the straw man? He never did anything to me.
What's the matter, Diego? You afraid?
Why don't you, Diego?
I dare you.
I wish you would, just to teach him a lesson.
Why should I? I'm sure it'll be much more pleasant here with you. No, Ricardo, you go on ahead. We'll watch.
Oh, take a sporting chance. Make a small wager.
Fortunately, I don't need your money.
Ana Maria, I have an idea. Why don't you offer your kerchief as a token or memento? The first one that strikes the straw man squarely with his lance wins the prize.
I feel just like a princess, being sought after by 2 knights in shining armor.
Well, Diego, are you going to try? Or do you still feel it's not worth the effort?
All right. I'll give you first try at it. I want to see how you do it. Good morning, Capitan. Senorita Ana Maria Verdugo and her cousin Milana del Carmen. May I present Capitan Luis de Guerro, the new Comandante of Monterrey?
Senorita's your servant.
You were lucky, Diego. I very nearly got it that time.
Ah, you're wasting your time, Delano. Let one who knows how do it. Watch me carefully. I'll make a perfect hit the first time. The lance, please.
Oh, well, Diego and I were having a little private competition for the lady's favor.
May the one who deserves it win it. The lance, please. Sergeant! Corporal!
Oh, Comandante! Are you hurt? No.
I'll kill him, Cecil. The next time I get my hands on him, I'll kill him.
I do not think he meant it for you, Capitan. He wanted Don Diego to try it.
He's a menace to public safety.
It was just a joke, Capitan.
Wait till I get my hands on him. It'll be no joke, I assure you.
Si, Capitan.
You know, judging from the Comandante's comments to Sergeant Garcia, I'd say the wisest thing that you could do would be to go back to San Francisco.
I merely planned it as a private joke between two friends. Why did he have to enter into it?
And I'm glad he did. It would serve you right if he locked you up in his jail and kept you there for a week.
You know, there's a certain amount of poetic justice in all this. He baited the trap, and now he's got a tiger by the tail.
Personally, I admire one who acts like a man, not a clown.
I know, like Zorro.
Is Zorro an idler, a practical joker? You should follow Zorro's example, Ricardo. And you too, Diego.
Ana Maria? Oh, excuse me, senores, for the interruption. Ana Maria, I need your help again. I just cannot decide about the gown.
Very well, Milana. You'll excuse us, senores.
That's strange, Ricardo. In less than an hour, Milana has tried on 3 gowns. I wonder why.
Well, that's obvious to anybody that understands women. You see, a romantic rendezvous requires the perfect gown.
She said nothing about a rendezvous.
I know, it's a secret.
Oh, it's a secret, and yet you know it, huh?
Well, you see, the fair Milana has received a love letter. Signed Zorro.
I don't know what you're up to, Ricardo, but you had better tread softly. You're playing with fire.
Now, this is no idle whim, my friend. I'm going to cure Ana Maria of a very annoying habit. Have you noticed how she constantly compares you and me with Zorro, and Zorro always gets the better of it?
Well, now you've lost me completely. What does this have to do with Milana's receiving a love letter?
Oh, well, I was just about to suggest that you and Ana Maria take a stroll in the moonlight this evening. And upon your return to the hacienda, you will accidentally find Milana and Zorro.
Oh, a very fickle Zorro, making love to another woman right under Ana Maria's nose, huh? Well, do you happen to be Zorro's height and weight?
Oh, mere coincidence. Now, you be sure to be there with Ana Maria.
Oh, walking with Ana Maria in the moonlight, that part of your scheme I like, but as to the rest of it, well, I have a premonition that it might better be left undone. Like All your schemes.
This, my friend, is because you have an appalling lack of imagination.
So now, Don Diego, the Comandante blames me for falling off his horse. And all because of your friend.
Well, Sergeant, Don Ricardo, he's not like other men. He's a clown, a practical joker.
No, that is not how the Capitan described him, nor what the Capitan called me.
Well, obviously you need to be reinstated in the Comandante's good graces.
In his present mood, that will not be easy.
Sergeant, supposing after all this time you were to capture Zorro, would that not put you back in his favor?
See, I suppose so, Don Diego.
Well, Sergeant, I wouldn't share this secret with anyone, but I happen to know exactly where Zorro is going to be tonight.
You do?
Sweet senorita, the fairest flower of Monterey. Sweet Estrelita, the shining star that lights my way. Sweet senorita, upon your balcony above, if there's a secret that you disclose, throw a rose, oh sweet senorita, the bells will ring for us one day. Then in the chapel we'll kneel and hear the Padre pray. There on your finger a golden ring will shine, and you will forever be mine.
Ah, Milana, my love.
Zorro, this is like a dream. I thought you were in love with my cousin.
You mean in love with Ana Maria? Beside you, she is like a magpie beside a dove. You are the
Diego,
sun.
that
Cast
can't
Ana
be
Maria
Zorro.
deep into the shade.
I know it's Ricardo.
By your
But
love.
why? What is he up to?
Hundreds of maidens have thrown themselves before Zorro, including Ana Maria. But you are the first to capture my heart.
Do not move, Senor Zorro. I said, do not move, Senor Zorro. We have you surrounded.
Sergeant Garcia, what have we here?
Oh, Don Diego, you were right. I have captured Zorro.
My congratulations, Sergeant. You too, Corporal.
Gracias.
Unmask him. Let us see who he is.
Si, senorita.
Ricardo. I thought so.
You mean you knew all the time?
Ana Maria, can it be possible our friend Ricardo?
Doesn't surprise me. I've suspected him from the first.
Don Diego, may I speak to you alone?
Con permiso? Oh, guard your prisoner well, Corporal. Remember, he's the fox.
Don Diego, there must be some mistake. Your friend cannot be Zorro.
Well, you caught him red-handed.
Yes, I know. But when Zorro saved the payroll, Don Ricardo helped him capture the bandidos. Here was Zorro, here was Don Ricardo.
Well, do you think it's possible that this is another one of Don Ricardo's practical jokes?
He is full of jokes.
Then why don't we enjoy this one? Let's pretend that he is Zorro. Let him spend the night in a cell.
Don Diego, this will be the best joke of all. This will get even for the time he had you put in jail. Corporal, take the prisoner to the guardhouse.
All right, Diego, tell them the truth. Tell them that I'm not Zorro.
I'm sorry, Ricardo. But I promise you this. That when Ana Maria and I go on our picnic tomorrow, we'll both think of you. Sorry you can't make it.
Come, Don Ricardo, you can tell your story at the trial. This time, I do not think Senor Zorro will escape.
Enter.
You sent for me, Capitan?
So, you captured the notorious outlaw Zorro last night.
Well, not exactly, Capitan.
Ricardo Del Amo. Impertinent, insolent. We will do well to be rid of him.
Rid of him?
Yes, and at once. Sergeant, you will have the gallows erected immediately.
But what about the trial? When will that be held?
When a man runs away from the law, he does not need a trial. His own actions prove that he is guilty. Time after time, Zorro has escaped and run away. I will not give him time for a repeat performance.
Of course, Capitan, but there is one thing that I must explain.
I gave you an order, Sergeant. Have the gallows erected at once.
Comandante. And so you see, Comandante, even though we knew he was not really Zorro, we thought it would be a good joke on him. He's always playing jokes on other people.
Sergeant, Zorro has saved your life on more than one occasion, is that not right?
Si, Capitan, but not Don Ricardo.
You are Zorro's friend. You would do anything for him. You would even lie for him. Have some of your men erect a scaffold immediately. And meanwhile, do not leave the yard. I'm holding you and Corporal Reyes personally responsible for Zorro. Let him escape, and you will hang in his place.
Si, Comandante.
Oh, Sergeant. You will get your reward after the execution.
Gracias, Comandante, but I could not take it.
Well, don't just stand there, Sergeant. Do something.
Don Ricardo, what can I do? I dare not leave the yard.
That stupid Commandante, if I can only get my hands around his neck.
Maybe Don Diego will come back from the picnic in time.
No, my joke is turned sour.
Well, there is still Zorro, and if Zorro finds out...
I wish I had never heard of Zorro.
Sergeant! Sergeant!
Well, Corporal, what is it? Ah, Don Diego, I'm so glad to see you.
Ah, have patience, Ricardo. You will soon be free.
This is one little joke he will long remember, eh, Don Diego?
Oh, Senorita. And you, De La Vega. Well, I suppose you've come by to repeat the sergeant's nonsense. That Del Amo and Zorro are not one and the same.
It is true, Comandante. Ricardo was with me when I was rescued by Zorro.
Zorro has also rescued the sergeant. And no doubt he's rescued Senor De La Vega.
Ricardo is not Zorro. It can be proved.
Indeed. By whom?
You have the senorita's word, and mine. Ricardo's arrest was merely a joke.
El Zorro is notorious for his jokes, like your friend. The name is unimportant. Under either one, he will hang.
How can you kill an innocent man? Why?
Ricardo injured your pride in public. So, now you are going to have him killed to avenge your honor, eh?
Enough. How dare you question my authority?
Not your authority, but your concept of justice. Every man has a right to a fair trial, and in court we could prove that Ricardo is innocent.
Don Ricardo or El Zorro, he mocks law and order. His execution will be a much-needed lesson. Private.
Yes, sir.
You will escort the senorita and Don Diego to the inn.
Yes, sir.
You will remain under guard until after the execution.
Too late, Sergeant. Zorro can't save me now.
The prisoner will mount the scaffold. Spring the trap! Zorro!
So you admit your mistake, Comandante?
You men, shoot him down!
Ready? Aim!
Stop it! Stop it!
Lancer, stand back! Give the Comandante room!
All right. Order your men to drop their arms.
Put down your weapons.
You heard the Comandante. Drop your weapons! Drop your weapons!
Now, Comandante, which of us is Zorro? So you admit the man you almost hanged in my name is innocent. Now, senor, I make you a public warning. The next time you try to hang a man without a trial, I'll cut my Z much deeper.
All right. All right.
Zorro, you saved my life. How can I thank you?
How can you thank me, senor?
See.
By not insulting my good name. I demand satisfaction from any impostor who claims to be Zorro. My friend, and you too, Comandante, I ask you, how could anyone possibly believe a man like this is Zorro?
Zorro!
Senorita.
Ricardo, how did this happen?
It was Zorro.
Zorro did this to you?
Yes, Zorro did this. I'll kill him. I swear I'll kill him the next time we meet. I'll kill him.
Next week, Zorro is challenged to a duel.
I am gonna get that Zorro and I'm gonna rip his mask off.
Will Zorro meet his match in the daring Ricardo Del Amo? Will it be with pistols? Will it be with bullwhips? Will it be with swords?
You are one of the finest swordsmen I have ever met.
Next week, a score of surprises await you when the Walt Disney Studio presents Zorro,